This is Sid.
This is Marty.
This is Chad. And this is Sean from Kinetic Theory. And you are listening to RageRockRadio.com.
I like noodles.
Where did you go now? Oh, where did I leave you?
Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of The Hidden Track here on RageRockRadio.com. Matt Connerton back with you once again, and I'm sitting here with the members of Kinetic Theory. How are you guys?
Doing great.
Pretty good, thank you.
Excellent. Well, let's start right here, and we'll go around the room. Tell me who you are and what you do in the band.
Marty Lewis. I play the drums.
I'm Chad Niles, and I play guitar.
I'm Sean Flanagan. I sing.
I'm Sid Nargent on the bass player.
All right, and is this everybody? You guys are a four-piece?
You got it.
Yep.
I commend you for that, because a lot of times we have bands in, and, half the band will show up, three-quarters of the band will show up, and then what I do is I sit here and badmouth the guys who didn't show up for not being here, because, this is big-time radio.
Yeah.
So,
Sure
but
is.
you guys know what's up. You're all here, so that's good. How long have you guys been around?
Like 5 years.
Yeah, Sean and I
Yeah.
have been together since 2003.
Been together how?
Bandmates.
Oh, okay. I
Like
just wanted to
October.
clarify
We're
that.
not like
because-
roommates or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Well, no. Okay.
Or anything else like that.
Or anything else.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
Yeah.
Well, not that there'd be anything wrong with that, but
I prefer the to be the bigger spoon, and he's 6'4", so that wouldn't work.
sure,
Five.
sure.
6'5".
6'5". This is a very tall man next to me.
Chad, how you've been with us since what? 05?
04.
04?
Yeah.
Sid's our newest
I've
edition.
been here since February, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. So now, has it always been Kinetic Theory?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And you've got a CD that, what is it, a 5-track EP?
6.
It's a 6.
Sorry, I didn't have one in front of. I didn't have one in front of me. Very unprofessional of me. Is this your first release?
It is. It's our first official release. So it's been 3 years in the making for this, and it's this is really a portion of a bigger album that was tracked and recorded. And we decided, you know what, we wanted to bring something out, before
now.
the rest of it is finished. So this is we released the EP.
Okay, so this is the precursor to what will ultimately be a full-length disc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
With these tracks plus how many total are going to be on the disc, or do you know yet?
12.
Okay. Now, are all those tunes done aside from the mixing and mastering, or are you still recording?
So
Yeah, everything's been tracked.
Oh, okay.
everything's been tracked, levels and stuff. It's the rest of the tunes are still in some various
Stages of
stages of post production.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. What do you guys sound like? How would you describe your sound? Everyone's lead question.
Modern mainstream rock radio, I'd say, kind of Foo Fighters,
Yeah.
Incubus,
Alice in Chains.
Alice in
like,
Chains.
It's,
Maybe a little flair, like Three Doors Down type.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of that there.
Definitely, we were playing a little bit of it before the show, and it's, it's definitely melodic. Sounds really good. It's definitely, sounds more dynamic than Three Doors Down, certainly. I'd hate for someone to think that, not that I'm knocking them, but, I think you're
They're a
better
fairly
than...
successful band,
Yeah. But I think you guys sound better than they do.
Thanks.
Definitely. So,
Thank you.
now, you guys played a pretty big show not long ago. Who'd you open for?
Corn
Corn.
Corn, yeah.
at
At
Meadowbrook.
Meadowbrook. Yeah.
Meadowbrook,
Yeah.
US Love
Yeah,
Field.
that was on Memorial Day weekend.
Uh-huh. Now, how was the reaction? How was the response that you got? Were
It was
people
awesome.
into it? Or?
They were
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
out.
Yeah.
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 We've played shows before and have, friends and few people singing lyrics, but like this time we could hear people chanting. Like I could hear like hundreds of people
Oh.
singing lyrics.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
there were like 4,500 people there, and it was a sea of people. It was ridiculous. I mean,
was awesome.
it
After we
just-
get off stage, you couldn't walk 10 feet without somebody stopping you and being
Yeah.
like, man, that was amazing.
That's great. Yeah.
Wow, dude,
The key thing in that, and what you guys were just saying, is when you're on stage and you see people actually singing along and they know the words to your songs.
Yeah. and
What's more satisfying than that? Really,
It's even
that's
crazier
really
too
cool.
to be able to hear it when you're on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have some audio of the show, too, and we were
Yeah.
listening really closely going, what is that? And it was people around the person that was recording singing the lyrics.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you listen really closely with headphones, you're like, wow, they're singing along with the song.
One of the
Yeah.
best feelings ever.
yeah.
Very cool. Is that the biggest show you've done so far?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
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 Now, how much original material do you guys have after 5 or so years? You
We
probably
have,
have
like,
quite a
an
bit.
Album and a half.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
it's like time-wise, at least an hour's worth of just all of our
Well,
stuff.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, more like an hour and a half.
Yeah,
'Cause we,
sure.
we play like two and a half with covers. So
Yeah, Marty, it's more like an hour and a half.
Hey,
Jeez.
I'm the timekeeper. I should know these things. But
Yeah, we have. I think we've got a lot of stuff that we've been writing and putting together as well. So, I mean, if we had to, I think we could write a list of a good maybe 25 songs that we've got.
Yeah.
In various stages of completion or already completed or whatever.
Do you do any covers when you play live, or
Yeah.
yeah?
Usually.
What kind of stuff do you do for covers?
Do Stained.
We play Mud Shovel. And,
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Alice in
one.
Chains,
Alice
Yeah.
in Chains,
Wood,
Rage Against the Machine.
Freedom.
Freedom.
Foo Fighters, All My Life.
Yeah. Stone Temple Pilots, Plush.
We haven't played that one in a while.
Oh yeah, it's in the mix there somewhere.
Yeah.
What else?
We generally try to keep for every 4 originals we'll
throw
have one
couple
cover.
here and there.
Because
Yeah.
face it, people that might dig your stuff, they might have never heard you before, but ultimately people are going to judge you based on how well you can play something that they have heard before, what they know.
It gets their
Familiar with.
attention.
So
That's
it,
a good insight. Yeah.
it
true.
draws them in a little bit more, and then you hit them with a song like
Few
Wake Up Call, and
originals,
they're just
Kick them in the face.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly. How would you describe your show visually? Do you guys do any special effects like when you're in front of a big crowd, or do you keep it pretty much just 4 guys going out there and playing the tunes?
High energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Very
funny.
high energy.
It brings me back to memories of when we got our name. We came up with Kinetic Theory, and then the first few shows, we still hear, we had people telling us that we have such energy up on stage, and it's funny because our name Kinetic Theory is the theory behind the movement of energy, and
Yeah.
I don't know, we might want to do some, get maybe some effects here and there, maybe eventually, but for now it's just us putting ourselves out there and just
Yeah.
It's been described as just kind of insane because we're wireless, we're off the stage,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
out in
In
the
the crowd.
audience, just
Yeah.
I'd be out in the crowd
In
if I could,
people's
but I
face.
can't.
Right.
just having a good time rocking out.
people go to see a show and not hear a show, right? So
Right.
you put on a show.
Absolutely.
But with this day and age, with American Idol, Rock Band, people want to be part of the show.
Yeah.
So we really try to immerse the people that are there into the show by going out there
Having
and
them singing along with
having
us.
an extra mic in my back pocket or putting people in it.
Cool. Well, why don't we get to a track? I want to hear something from this. And I should mention, too, the EP is called Wake Up Call, which is also the name of the first track. What do you guys want to play?
Wake
Let's
up
hit
call.
that one.
We'll
Let's do
play
it
Wake Up
now.
Call. All right, perfect. So this is Wake Up Call from Kinetic Theory here on the Hidden Track on RageRockRadio.com.
RageRockRadio.com. The heaviest place on the internet.
It's 5:30 in the morning. It's already too late. The phone is ringing in the other room. Gonna tempt my fate. Should I bother to answer? I know who it is. The tide is rising ever faster. I'd rather sink than swim. Yeah, rather sink than swim. Yeah, rather sink than swim. You lie on your father for the answers, 'cause your mother's a bitch. You never had it in you to protest. It's time to scratch that itch. Forget everyone, everything. Forget your strife. Don't answer the call, they'll beguile you. You better run for your life. Yeah, better run for your life. Yeah. Better run for your life. What do you see in this reality? They can't have it. They can't have it. What will you find? Will you have lost your mind? You can't have back what you never had. You
Trying to find that special instrument with great service? Indie Music Store in Milford, New Hampshire has what you need. 603-673-2733. New and used instruments, sheet music and books, student rentals, trade-in and consignment. Owned and operated by Jeff Harrington, a custom drum maker who specializes in drum sales, repairs, and restoration. Indie Music Store, located at 307 Elm Street in Milford, New Hampshire. 603-673-2733. Or visit them on the web at indiemusicstore.biz. Indie Music Store, independent store for independent musicians.
Looking to amp up an event or party? Call Loudkeeper Sound.
In New Hampshire,
603-289-1409. Indoor-outdoor concerts, festivals, public address speaking, conference meetings, outings and parties and more. 603-289-1409 or on
MySpace at myspace.com/loudkeeperaudio.
top quality sound reinforcement for all your event needs. Drumlin Down Studios.
Located in the foothills of New Hampshire Seacoast, Drumlin Down Studios is a state-of-the-art recording studio for all your recording needs at prices you can afford. Call 603-580-5339 or visit Drumlin Down on the web at drumlindown.com. No project is too large or too small. Call 603-580-5339 for information.
Drumlin Down Studios.
So we heard Wake Up Call from Kinetic Theory on the hidden track. And what's that song about, Sean? Do you write the lyrics or who writes the...
Yeah, I write the lyrics.
What is that about? Because I was actually kind of reading along here and they're pretty interesting. Sound very ominous.
Yeah, the...
Sounds like something bad is in progress.
Well, it's... you know, I've kind of been everywhere and been through a lot of things in my life. And, you know, the song is about... you know, not really being sure about anything really, other than that music is ultimately where you're going to end up, and it's about just saying, you know what, screw everything, you know, I'm just gonna stay here, screw work, you know, screw what, you know, your family is saying, what people are telling you to do, and just kind of you know, make some decisions, and because you never know when, you know, you're not going to have these opportunities present themselves again. So it's about waking up and, you know, and making some realizations and decisions.
Sure. Do you write all the lyrics?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the music? Do you guys all write together, or?
Yeah, it's definitely a collective
different
process.
every song. Like some songs we'll each come in with our own parts, or I'll come in with a riff and everyone just kind of joins in. Everyone will give their own touch, and then when we get kind of something going, we'll all give input to, hey, try this here or whatnot.
Or like,
so.
I have an idea how to end this. This is
Yeah,
perfect. Let's
it's
try
just-
it. You know?
Right.
And then it kind of
collaboration
songwriting
of
by
everyone,
committee,
yeah.
really. Yeah.
It's so funny, like, especially early Kinetic Theory, Chad would come in with a riff, and he's like, you know, he's got like metal roots, you know, and so he's like, everything was like 1,000 miles an hour. We're like, stop. Right there, that right there where you just played. Okay, let's just examine that for a minute. Okay,
Yeah.
that sounds like an awesome verse. Okay, so let's pull that out and stuff. And that's really kind of got some of our, you know, like songs like "Distillate" and you know, some of the earlier songs that you know,
Yeah, I'd
we wrote
use
that are on
a
this.
lot of the riffs. Yeah, some of the songs you'll hear are parts from another song, because I used to play by myself acoustic for a long time, and it would be just me entertaining a crowd. So I try to write songs to fill up all that space, and just we'd pick those apart and use little parts here and there for different songs. And
So before you were in this band, you used to do a solo acoustic thing?
yeah, like
Really?
I was in and out of bands, and like for a while I didn't have anything going on, so it was just me on acoustic. I was playing like coffee houses and open mics and just anything. Play for beginning guitar classes and stuff.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Do you ever still do any of that, or do you just focus on the band now?
Yeah, I do. I had a little side project going on with my buddy Nick, doing a metal band, and I'll do little things here and there just because I love to do music. Just recording anything and just writing music is fun. So
Sure. How about the rest of you guys? Do you do anything outside the band, or is it just Kinetic Theory?
Just Kinetic Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I focus all my energy on this Kinetic Theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do a little bit of studio work still.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, but all the live stuff I do is with these guys.
So the EP is just out pretty recently, right? Like in the last couple days.
Yeah, I think the 16th, a few days ago.
And where is it available?
It's available Newberry Comics,
CD Baby,
iTunes, CD Baby,
Amazon,
Amazon MP3, yep.
Target.
Lala Music,
Tarjay.
which is kind of like a
Tarjay.
Pandora.
We like
Yeah.
Tarjay.
Digstation.com. as
Okay.
well.
And do you have any CD release parties coming up, or anything special that you're doing to promote the disc? Or?
We're in the process of scheduling some listening parties and CD releases and things like that. So
Yeah.
Probably be some here in New Hampshire, some down in Boston.
Okay.
We'll definitely heavily promote those before we.
Be on the website.
Cool.
and you can check out kinetictheory.net for more details.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a lot of shows coming up? Are you going to be doing some touring, or what's the plan there?
Mainly it's just getting the CD release party, and then we're gonna just start booking tons of shows. Maybe do some kind of a small tour, or just anything. Just get-
We kind of made the decision to release this thing, not a long time ago. It's been like nose to the grindstone, like
Yeah.
busting our asses trying to get this out, and that's really been our primary focus. Just because, we didn't want to wait any longer to put something out, and
It's taken so long as it is, you know.
Yeah.
why not get the ball rolling? It's good stuff, and we want to, do something with it. So
Right.
we're getting a little antsy.
I'm curious to ask you about the artwork, because the artwork to this is really cool, and I see a lot of bands in the area who release some kind of pretty generic stuff.
That would be me.
So you designed all this?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, tell me about it. What's
Well, it was
tell me about your process here.
well, the process was actually, it was interesting. I did a lot of it in 3D, and then we were like, it looks too 3D, so I ended up printing it out, and the photo on the cover's all beat up, and it's actually a rendering of the 3D artwork. And then all the different imagery that's on there is stuff that has to do with the different songs, like the watch is set to 5:30.
Oh,
Wake up
okay.
call.
And I think Sean was a little bit of the inspiration. He says, I like that weathered photo look.
Yeah.
So Sid
Let's
printed
just
it out
beat
and
it
just
up.
beat the heck out of it, literally, and then
Yeah.
took some photos of it.
The image on the CD is really basically what would be on somebody's person, like on themselves. Mm-hmm.
Everything you could have it in your pocket.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
change
got-
from your
Okay.
pockets, a rabbit's foot, stuff like that.
Watch and stuff, and the image itself is actually pretty eerie. It's like if it,
Yeah.
when you pick it up and you look at it, you'll notice that if you flip the CD over on the back, there's the 3D version of the image, and the album's called Wake Up Call, and
It's the old
There's-
style phone.
and then there's a bust there, just kind of
Mirrors kind of go into infinity, and
Yeah, it's sort of Twilight Zone ish.
yeah.
That's kind of what I think of when I look at it. I expect Rod Serling to pop out.
It represents like the different layers
William
of,
Shatner.
of
Yeah.
ourselves, So like the mirrors behind the bust represents our past, but yet in the mirrors to the right of the bust, you'll see its future, like ahead of it, but you can also see the past. So it's kind of pretty interesting.
And
so.
the background goes out into infinity.
It's like in this
something
purgatory
you'd
state.
never
It's
reach
just-
your destination yet. You can still see it.
Yeah. No, I think that's very, very cool. It's too bad that more people don't make interesting album art. You know what I mean?
We definitely wanted it to be something that when you pick it up, you'd be like, "Oh, wow!"
Right,
really
right.
Take a look at it, like you said, not just generic whatever. That okay, it's their name and a picture, and that's cool, whatever. You know?
Exactly. Now, are you guys doing anything with radio yet? Have any of the stations in the market kind of embraced you, like GIR or anybody?
We haven't submitted anything yet.
Really?
Yeah, we're waiting to get
We wanted to have a
final
finished product.
Yeah.
yeah, we wanted to come
Done.
talk to you guys.
Yeah,
Cool. Oh, well, hey.
We're releasing it here with you.
Excellent. Yeah.
We thought it was important to have something that somebody can actually go pick up, and utilize that those markets for advertising ourselves and getting people to shows and things like that. It's great if somebody hears you on the radio, but then if they can't go somewhere to get your
get
music,
something.
then it's
Right.
really,
Absolutely true.
If they hear it, they can even go to kinetictheory.net and pick it up.
Okay. Well, we're going to wrap up, but let's just review quickly. So, kinetictheory.net. And any other sites we should know about? You got a MySpace
Yeah, we
page
got a
or anything?
MySpace, just myspace.com/kinetic theory, and then a Facebook as well.
Okay.
But everything's linked from
Yeah, from our
kinetictheory.net.
website.
You can get
Okay.
to any of our other places.
Well, let's wrap up with a couple tunes this week. We want to hear a couple more things from this disc as we close out. What do you guys want to play?
we thought we'd have everybody listen to a song called 16 Stories
Okay.
and Gone.
Okay. Do you want to tell us about these before we...
16 Stories is represents a time in my life where there wasn't very much there wasn't anybody around to really support what I was doing, and it's about kind of being there for other people and putting your trust in your friends and the people that care about you. So
it was really interesting the way it came together too, because Chad just showed up with a riff and Sean's like, I wrote that song like last year, I already have lyrics, play it again, and like boom,
it just happened.
The whole thing came together. It was really weird.
It's kind of our like ballad, if you will.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
The chick tune.
Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta have one of those.
It comes together pretty hard in the end.
Yeah.
So, and then Gone is about the breakup. It's a breakup song.
okay.
It's and just saying F it.
Yeah, it's a nice heavy song too.
You can say fuck it. It's okay. It's internet.
It's a yes.
That's right.
We're bound to know FCC regulations of any kind.
Beat.
We like this one too because it's one of our most rockin' tunes. There's a 5/4 odd time section in it, and every time that we go through the verse riff, and Chad really came up with that, and it's really neat the way this one goes together too.
Cool. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up with this is 16 Stories and then Gone from Kinetic Theory. And everybody remember, check out kinetictheory.net, and thanks for coming in, guys.
Thanks for having
Thanks a lot.
us.
Thank you very much.
We'll see you all next week on The Hidden Track on RageRockRadio.com.
RageRockRadio.com. The heaviest place on the internet.
I've had a few, but not many, but not one compared to you. You were my first, you were my only. I thought everything I felt was true. I never got the chance to say I'm sorry. I guess I never really deserved the chance. Now I'm up here, cold and lonely. One last time could be my last regret. As if I failed 16 stories, would it bring me closer to you? 'Cause I'm afraid to live in the shadows of the life that I once knew. How did I get here? How did I escape the fear from these things that I know are true? 'Cause I'm alone inside my shattered life, without my light, without you. And time is gone, I can't be certain, 'cause every now and then I see your face. In a crowd of strangers I listen for your voice, but no one knows my name. I thought by now I'd be over this. I guess things that I held to my heart weren't true, when it's me to blame for my ignorance. I found this out the moment I lost you. 'Cause if I failed 16 stories, would it bring me closer to you? 'Cause I'm afraid to live in the shadows of the life that I once knew. How did we get here? How did we escape the fear from these things that we know are true? 'Cause I'm alone inside my shattered life, without my light, without you. Yeah, I had it once, I'll have it back again. You bring me back from the edge, I'll see you again. I had you once, I'll have you back again. You bring me back from the edge, oh, hope transcend. I had it once,